Number 91 in the Radiance range is Seijun Suzuki's Underworld Beauty from 1958. And this is a kind of early yakuza film. It's not as kind of crazy or as vibrant as some of other Suzuki stuff, but there is a really assured hand here. And the tale he tells is exciting, thrilling, constantly changing, and offers up some wonderful characters in amongst this CinemaScope presentation that's just terrific in its black and white photography. So the story here is we follow Miyamoto, a man who's been released from prison and decides to go and collect his gems that he had hidden before he was arrested. His plan, after years in prison, is to help his friend Miyahara, a man who was shot while he was being arrested or doing the crime, and he wants to make amends. You know, after spending time within jail, he feels like he owes this man something, and he decides to pay him back. He goes to his former crime boss, Oyane, who wants to be the middleman in this deal. Got a little bit cut for himself, but Oyane is one of those typical guys that's just going to be the catalyst for everything wrong here. He decides he wants the gems for himself, and he's pretty much going to stop at nothing to get them. And when Miyahara ends up in a sticky situation, Miyamoto decides to kind of try to fix everything and help out his little sister as well, Akiko, who is just such a wild cat of a character. When it comes to this segment of the film where she is introduced, she is just hell. Nobody is safe. She is uncontrollable and just is doing whatever she wants to do. And we kind of see Miyamoto struggling to deal with his loyalty issues with his previous boss, trying to deal with all the underhanded nature that's going on. He wants to facilitate this family that he feels he's wronged, and everything is just building up, all centered around these gems, which everybody seems to know about, and everybody wants a piece of. It's wonderfully set up, and it's the way this story kind of evolves. You have an idea of where it's going to go at the start, but it slowly takes some wild turns into different avenues that keeps it fresh and exciting. We get to meet these characters. I think Miyamoto is wonderful as a male lead. He is stoic. He looks after himself. He is very controlled. He is very guarded, but he has this sort of inner strength which is driving him to help out someone that he feels as if he's wronged, and it's an easy character to get behind. Akiko is one of those characters that's really tough to like at the start. She's so wild and she's so out there, and she doesn't realise a lot of the time the danger that she is in, which makes Miyamoto more a kind of father figure as he's trying to look after her, and she rebels against him a lot, which is terrific. When it gets to the action set pieces or key moments in the film, they're staged in such a way that just makes them look wonderful visually to look at. There is a moment where Miyamoto confronts someone who he kind of thinks has stole the diamonds in a work studio where they're creating mannequins, and there's this curtain that comes across it, and you kind of know the location of this one room, and it's just the way it's shaped and the way the camera moves as bad guys enters, as things become surprising, as suddenly a part of the floor moves away. It's wonderfully constructed, and it creates this just idea of, even in a single setting, things can go awry and change up and be visually entertaining while this happens as well. It's not like a static camera. It has this kind of roving element that Suzuki does so well. The finale of the film is terrific, in a sweaty boiler room. It just keeps mounting the tension, and it makes it feel as if these odds are insurmountable. Loved it. I won't go on too much about the ending because it was fantastic. This was another cracker of a film. I feel like the black and white photography really helps it lean into the noir aspect of it. You've got the kind of femme fatale and the Kiko. You've got Miyamoto as our kind of gumshoe, or our leading man who's trying to deal with everything here. It's a terrific film, and it's quick and easy, and there is always something going on. So you have to kind of really pay attention to this one. And like I said, a lot of the camera setups or the way the camera moves, absolutely just wonderful. Let's dive into the disc and look at some of the extras on here. Here we are in the disc for Underworld Beauty. Let's go to the special features. First up, we have Mizuki Kodama. Film critic Mizuki Kodama discusses Underworld Beauty as one of the earliest examples of Seijun Suzuki's undermining of filmmaking conventions, especially in his depiction of the film's heroine, created exclusively for Radiance in September 2024. Runs out 14 minutes and 44 seconds. Now, I really enjoyed this because it spends a lot of time focusing on, well, some of the production values of the film, but mainly on the main lead performance by Mari Shiraki, who is wonderful in the film, but this just highlighted certain aspects that I hadn't really noticed. It'll make it more interesting on a rewatch. It's a great interview. We have the trailer included in this, as well as Love Letter, which is terrific. It's a 40-minute film about correspondence between two lovers. I don't want to talk too much about this one. This was weird, fun. It was short and punchy. Like I said, just under 40 minutes. It's terrific. It comes with a commentary as well and a trailer for the film. It's one of those wonderful little extras that I didn't even realise was on the disc until I started going through the extras, and it was terrific. There is also a 20-page booklet. We have the cast and crew as usual. We have the essay, The Moth That Flies Too Close to the Flame, and we have a review of Underworld Beauty from 1958, which this is something that's been included a few times in Radiance booklets and is something I particularly love, and that's the extras for Underworld Beauty. There we have it. Underworld Beauty is another great film from Radiance. I think this is a particularly fun one. It's an easy to watch one. It's got great characters, settings, situations, tension. Yeah, and it's Seijun Suzuki, so why the hell would you not want to check this one out? I'd love to know your thoughts on Underworld Beauty if you've seen it, so let me know in the comment box below whether you love it, hate it, or fall somewhere in the middle. As always, there is more content up here. You can see more of my stuff. In the description box below are links to Patreon, membership program, manvfilm.com. Always, in which you can support me. Thanks for watching. See you next time.